oh, snap. So I'm watching this, right? And she gets up. As soon as she sat down, she got up and then just walked over and shut that damn TV off. And I could see in her face like she was like, shut the hell up, Ronnie. I could just see her face. And I was just looking at her, right, praying, don't look, don't look. And she just sat there with her, and I just looked at that and I was like, damn, I wish I'd, been able to film that. But that was the moment.
She's like, let's not be reminded of the ex-husband while we're at work here today.
It was like, shut up, Ronnie.
Did people on Falcon Crest want to talk to you between scenes about Prince and all of that?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Most of the times that I would hang out, I like to hang out with the crew. I don't sit with my team, my actors, or my leading men. I like to sit with our crispy crews because they're the realists. They've got the best jokes. They know everything, and they're the real gentlemen.
And they see it all, right?
Yep. So we had a blast.
What was it like, when you mentioned Brenda and Susan, like when you did become part of Apollonia 6 and you started making the music and Sex Shooter, like what was it, that was like your first foray into music? Like what was the actual musical part of it like for you?
Well, it was initially, like I said, it was difficult because, I'm listening to New Wave and Led Zeppelin and Van Halen and Sergio Mendes. And so then with Susan and Brenda, they literally took me by the hand and started to choreograph, moves. But they helped me to feel comfortable. They really did. So it wasn't something that was like terrifying because the girls were so easy for me.
Was there any time like your vision for Apollonia 6 differed from Prince's and you guys butted heads, and how did that work out?
Always. We always did. Costumes, ideas, songs. When I would write in Spanish, I said, I'm going to do some stuff in Spanish. He goes, well, I don't speak Spanish. I go, well, I do. So I went ahead and did it, and he liked it. So yes, there's always that, and I'm pretty defiant. I'm fiercely independent, a Leo, a lion. And I knew how to say no to him instead of just, having that codependency and say yes and do whatever he says. So I would say no. If I didn't agree, I would disagree.
Well, when we started, you talked about and you dispelled this Jennifer Beals rumor. Set the record straight. I know you've talked about this before, but set it straight here for all the people listening. You and Prince never dated.
No, never.
Where did all that come from? I mean, all of the media fanfare of like that you guys were an item and all of that.
That came from the incredible chemistry that we always had because we had a great friendship. We liked each other a lot. And we felt like two kids in a candy store. We were always getting in trouble, goofing around, laughing. And I knew that he had a lot of girlfriends. I, at the time, was dating David Lee Roth, who had a lot of girlfriends. So when Dave and I would date, we were official at that moment. So I already had that understanding of the rock star, the women. And with Prince, I fell in love with him, but I fell in love with him as family, as like a little brother, a mentor, a teacher. And there was never anything like that. He never treated me that way. He treated me, I always say this, like he put me on a pedestal that made me feel very uncomfortable, like a mother, like a big sister, a little sister. I knew that I had the confidence as an actor as he had his confidence as a musician. So when we were on set, I felt equal to him because I know how to hit my marks. I know what I'm doing as an actor, and he's on stage doing his thing. So I felt that confidence there with him.
How did you feel uncomfortable when you were on this pedestal?
Because it was such a high pedestal. And I'm just a regular, normal California girl. I surf, I eat tacos, and I go to church. So when he did that to me, it was just kind of like a high place to be at. I got a little dizzy, got a little nosebleed, metaphorically, and it was tough because then it kind of like put me in a special place to where it was too special for the other women to relate to. And I felt that it was hard for me to maintain girlfriends on set or in general. But I do have great girlfriends. So, I mean, I'm very fortunate, but that was tough. Untouchable, put it that way. Like a doll.
Right. Like it sounds good to be on a pedestal until you're the one on it, and then it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're looking down and you're like, woo. And I have fear of heights. Fear of falling, put it that way.
What was dating David Lee Roth like?
Gosh, that was like, I'm watching Pam and Tommy right now. And I identify with a couple of those scenes, the difficulty with the press and dating Dave, the amount of fame that he had. But we had a really great time. We never went public. We didn't do red carpets. We just traveled. We spent a lot of time at his house in Pasadena. I spent time with his parents, his sisters, and we just did normal things. We didn't do anything that was Hollywood because we were already doing that separately.
And is this true that Prince didn't want you to be seen publicly with him during Purple Rain?
Yes. We both made a promise. He made me make a promise. He says, I won't be seen with anyone famous until, the movie is over, and you've got to do the same. And I was like, that's fine. Because I didn't have any plans on doing any red carpets with Dave. So it was okay.
Did you approve or disapprove of all of Prince's the famous girlfriends, like Kim Basinger, what he was tied to, and Carmen Electra, and then I mean, of course, he had two wives as well. I mean, did you weigh in? Did you have a favorite? Did you approve? Did you disapprove of certain people?
Oh, I never disapproved. It wasn't my position to disapprove or approve because he's my friend. But I pretty much have met maybe the majority of the collaborators or exes. So I don't have a favorite, but I madly in love with Susan Moonsey. That was his very first girlfriend, and I love Manuela Testolini, and I mean, there's just so many women that I love that he worked with. They're fabulous. She had great taste.
Since you were like a sister or a mother or a family member and you guys never were romantically involved, did Prince ever try to set you up with someone famous? And if so, who?
It was Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee Herman was my date for the premiere because he knew that I was crazy about Pee Wee. So he says, you can't bring a date. And I was like, I know. I did bring a date anyhow. I had a new boyfriend, which he was escorting my mom. But Pee Wee was my date for the premiere.
And was Prince like hoping to make a love connection between you?